to Box Free with Stephanie. Today I want to show you how to make some basic foods with simple ingredients from scratch. And I hope that you discover cooking box free is fast and delicious. So let's cook together. Today we're going to make penne peperonata, which is basically pasta with peppers and bacon and cream. So it's just this recipe I found in some magazine and I think it's pretty yummy, so we are just going to whip it up. Okay, so I've got my pasta cooking back here. I have 1 pound of penne pasta, and then in here I've got my pan heating up. I'm going to add peppers, a little bit of green onions, and some bacon. So we'll just start chopping. So in this recipe I like to have, because the penne pasta is kind of a longer pasta, I like to slice my peppers to be kind of long also, versus like a diced. So it's almost like a fajita style shape anyway, I guess. So we're going to cut these up. I don't think these separated. Okay, they did. Okay. And then because I just had like this little bitty left of green pepper, I'm just going to use it up because I need to use it up anyway. So we're going to add that. Okay, and this thing, I'm not going to cut that. Okay, so I'm also, my recipe called for 2 peppers, and I'm gonna just basically use this part of it. I don't want to, hang on 1 second. I don't want to use the curly part because I really want those straight pieces. So, so I might not have exactly 2 peppers here, but totally doesn't matter. It's fine. And then the original recipe called for Canadian bacon, and that's something I never have in my house. So of course I manipulated the recipe and just used bacon, which we like anyway. And I'm adding some green onions today because I have them and I think it's going to make it kind of yummy. So, and these I think I'm going to just slice like that, and then I'm also going to keep these kind of nice and long, again just to match my penne shape, my pasta shape. Wow, this looks like a lot of veggies. So penne peperonata I don't think typically has meat. Like if you were to look up like a bunch of different recipes, I found some that had meat and some that didn't. So I'm going to throw this in my pan quick. Let that get going. And then I don't have any grease in there yet, but that's okay because in a second I'm going to have tons of bacon grease. So let me stir this. Okay, so you could probably, let me see here. I'm going to do, this is like a 1.5 pounds. It's quite a bit of bacon, and I really just want, I don't know, more like 1 pound of bacon or a little bit less. Totally varies, whatever you kind of want to put in it. But I'm going to dig this out of here, and then, oh, my dog smells bacon, so she's like right here ready for me to drop a big piece of bacon to her. So I'm going to dice this up because I like to cook my bacon diced, I guess. You could cook it in the big strips and then just dice it afterwards, but I don't know why I just hardly ever do that. I always cut mine ahead of time. And I always have to use a different cutting board. This is my nice wooden one, or this is my nice wooden one, so I don't want to put meat on that one. So I put meat on this one. But what was I going to say? All this fat. Ooh, we'll just leave that over there. See, that's what my dog is expecting me to drop on the floor. And then she's right there to get it. Okay, so now we are just going to saute this up a little bit. My pan's a little bit small. I have a bigger pan over there for when I add my pasta. this comes together pretty quickly because you really are just waiting for your bacon to cook. And then that's it. So I'm going to check my pasta again. Okay. So we are going to just let our peppers, our onions, and our bacon just cook a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and it'll probably take about 5 or 10 minutes. And then we'll come back, and once our bacon is cooked, then we'll add a few other ingredients, and we'll be basically ready to eat. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. It's been several minutes, maybe 8 minutes or so, maybe 10. My bacon is pretty much cooked. My peppers, whoopsie, my dog's excited. My peppers are softer and done, and you can see this is why I didn't have to add any oil, because there's just plenty of grease from my bacon. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how much grease I have in here. Okay, there's not very much, so I'm not even going to drain it. Now what I'm going to do is add 1 cup of crushed tomatoes, and this will basically become my sauce, and then when I add my cream and parmesan, it will make it a really nice creamy sauce. So I want to just cook this for a few minutes to get my tomatoes all hot and bothered, warmed up, and then once I feel like this is all nice and toasty warm, then I will take it off the heat. I'm going to add half a cup of cream and a 1/4 cup of parmesan, and that will make it like a nice creamy tomato base, and then we'll serve it over our penne pasta with a little more parmesan on top. So I like these kind of one-pot pasta dishes that are just kind of cooking things up and adding it to your pasta, and it's done like in 20 minutes. It's a really fast meal. And I think that, like I said, the Penne Peperonata originally is supposed to be almost like a vegetarian dish, but we like a lot of bacon in our pasta dishes, and so I usually add bacon to it, like I did today. So you can add Canadian bacon or sausage, or just nothing, just peppers. And you could add yellow peppers, orange, green. You could do like almost like a pasta primavera with all the different colored peppers. But I just had red and a little bit of green today, so that's what I did, and it's fine. Feels like I lost my heat, but I don't think I did. It's just that my tomatoes were cool. Okay, whoa, I'm about to boil over. Okay. I think my pasta's almost done. Oh, I'm getting some stickiness down here. Must have been distracted and not stirred my pasta for a while. Usually I'm pretty good about it. But I'll just get it all unstuck. Okay. All right, so let me see if I can get one of these. All right, so these feel like they're done. Okay, we're just gonna push that over there because I'm hoping that this is gonna be done in just a minute. See, now I got this nice bubbling tomato sauce, so this is looking perfect. So if I was gonna make this with, usually I would serve like vegetables or a salad or something with it, and then I would put my pasta and my sauce in this big pan, kind of cook it all together for a little bit. But sometimes when I don't want to take the time to do that, I just mix it all in the bowl and serve it up that way. And that's what I'm going to do today, because to me that's the fastest way and kind of the easiest, and I think it's just as delicious. So now that this is nice and hot, I'm going to turn my heat off, and then I'm going to add my cream. But I want to get this on here. I'm going to take it off of my heat when I add the cream. And I need half a cup of whipping cream. And this original recipe, okay, we're just going to finish that off, called for cherry tomatoes, which I personally don't like cherry tomatoes in cooked tomato sauce because it ends up with all those little cherry tomato skins. So once again, I just changed the recipe to whatever I had and whatever I thought would be good. So instead of cherry tomatoes, I did crushed tomatoes, and I don't know, I just thought it was really yummy. And I don't always have cherry tomatoes in my house, so I like to manipulate my recipe so that I can make it with whatever I have in my house. So if you watch any of my shows, you see that I hardly ever follow the recipe, I guess. I always just make it what I want and make it what I've got. So I want to add a 1/4 cup of Parmesan. And again, you could add the fancier Parmesan. I've got that that I'm going to add in when I serve it. This kind of nicer, bigger shredded stuff instead of the grated. But this I feel like is fine for mixing in because all I'm really doing is looking for a cheesy sauce to my, or a cheesy texture to my sauce. So we're going to let that sit for a minute. And then I'm not going to taste it yet because I know with the bacon and a little bit of salt I already added, I can kind of smell that it's pretty salty, plus the Parmesan. So what I'm going to do is get ready to serve it up. It's like really fast. So let's just make some room here. Okay, I'm going to drain my noodles and then come over and add them to my bowl and we're going to be done. Okay, so we have added our sauce to our pasta. I did not drain my pasta because I like it to be a little bit sticky, and you just stir it all nicely and you get everything covered with the sauce and it's beautiful and delicious. If your family wants it to be a vegetarian, you just don't add the bacon. If you want more bacon, you just add more. If you want more peppers, I think this way is pretty nice for a balance of peppers and bacon. So I kind of like this quantity, but you can just manipulate the recipe to however you want. And then when you're ready to serve it, you can add more Parmesan. I have more in the fridge, but you can add a little bit more and then you are ready to serve it. And you want to taste it to see how salty you need it. I don't even have a pepper in here. I gotta grab a pepper. But just taste if you need more salt or pepper, you just add it to it. I think it's just so yummy how it's a really simple sauce. It doesn't have a strong flavor. If you added more salt, I suppose it would, but I like the simplicity of these kind of creamy tomato pasta dishes. So that is penne peperonata, just very fast and very simple. So thank you for watching Box Free with Stephanie. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you make penne peperonata and your family loves it. And we will see you guys next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.